I'm going to open up the phone lines, 646-595-4924. You're listening to King Noble Black Supremacy Speaks Radio. Join my website, www.kingnobleblackrulership.com. Make sure you join. Also donate to help out the Black Supremacy Movement. You can do so at www.donatetoKingNoble.com. That's where you can make your donation to help us out. Your resources do help us get to the next level. What else do I need to talk about? I want to talk about the difference between racism and rulership. I got to go into that tonight. Racism and rulership. Black supremacy is about black rulership. We're to rule in this day and time. The black man and black woman, those of us that are conscious and enlightened, we're going to rule today. And we're about rulership. Racism is emotional. We're mad about what happened to us 400 years ago. We look at the pictures of what happened to us, and we're just mad. And we stay angry, but we continue to be subservient and support white supremacy, support capitalism, and just be under the white man. But we're mad while we do it. And we claim to be mad at white people, but we serve them. Black rulership says, where would all this emotionalism get us? Where would the emotions of anger towards the white man get us? Nowhere. We must rule today. What happened to us yesterday is not even, it begins to lose value because we're here now. And what are we going to do at this present moment? Black supremacists have decided that we're going to rule. We're going to be in a position of rulership. Some of you all can keep hating the white man and going to work 9 to 5 every day. Or you can choose to rule. You're not doing your ancestors no justice by just being mad at the white man and continue to remain under white supremacy. You're not doing no justice. If you really, really want to see a change and you really want to honor the ancestors, then you will embrace rulership. Today, now, you can embrace and accept black rulership. That's a fact. You say we had ancient kings of the past? Then how do you honor those kings of the past that were taken out of power and stolen into slavery? By honoring and having reverence of the kings of today. Not by getting mad at the white man that took them. That's not going to bring them back. Honor black rulership today. Step into black rulership today. If it ain't black rulership, it ain't nothing. The time of victimization is over with. We can no longer be mad victims at the white man. We must get into the rulership position. We must support black rulership and establish black rulership. That's a fact. Stop being mad at the white man, making excuses to continue to be under him and his world and his reality. Because now your anger has become your justification in some weird, strange way. Racism is emotions of anger towards the white man. Black rulership is strategical and realistically coming into power today and now. We're pro-black rulership today. And we will manifest that today by any means necessary, period. That's the position we want to get in. The white man's government, so what? The hell with his government, his reality, all of his system. It doesn't matter. And just because it's going on today, so what? In the midst of that, we should be ruling and expanding our rulership. We can't become so damn political and caught up into what the white man is doing that we are not standing in our position of rulership today. I see a lot of that happening in the so-called conscious community, and we're so caught up into whatever the white man is doing or not doing. And we're not saying, look, let me stand up as a goddamn black ruler today. Let me support with all my heart, soul, time, energy, the manifestation of black rulership today. If we can do that, that'll bring us a long way of just sitting around being mad and angry at the white man and then going to work tomorrow morning. But really, we hide us being a punk, us being a coward. We hide that behind us being angry at the white man. Because if you can fight back, there's nothing to be angry about. You don't have time to be angry because you can strike back. See, the victim is angry because it's a long window before they can get justice. But those who have the power to get justice today and right now, they're not angry for long. Because they make their justice happen right now. 216-3161.
Black supremacy.
Black supremacy.
I know. How you doing, bro?
Supreme.
Yeah, I must say I'm pretty guilty of that myself. You know what I'm saying? Being angry at white supremacy, but at the same time, we work for them. You know, that's being mad ain't enough. You know, it's about taking over. And at first, I was one of them cats that say I'd rather just be separated and not, you know, not to rule over everybody, but when you break that down, change my views on that. You know, I'm like, I do believe in we should rule and take divine order over the world because, you know, it'll just be better. I mean, I get tired of people saying, I don't want no rulership, but that's hypocritical because we all respect white rulership. I mean, when we pay taxes and we pay bills, that's what we do. We support white rulership, whether we know it or not, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear somebody say that black people should rule, and then they all of a sudden say, we don't want no rulership, which is bullshit, because, you know, it's just, that's a self-hate.
And what's crazy is that even if you want to end white rulership, which they call, you know, the Illuminati and the one world government and all that, if you want to end white rulership, who are you to end it? You must become a ruler to put an end to it. If you don't have the power to end it, then you can't end that rule. You can't end white rulership. You have to become a ruler in order to end white rulership. We have to stand up and say, no, it's not going that way anymore. That's a ruler. So if you're not going to support black rulership, then you're going to accept white supremacy by default. You're accepting it. Because only black rulership can end white rulership. That's it.
You're going.
The white man is going to keep going on and going on into something, you know, until the black man stands up and say, well, look, no, not today. It's not going like that anymore.
Yeah. We keep it going.
So we have to get to that ruling point. Now, don't get me wrong. Black rulership is not tyranny. It is not the same as the tyranny of white supremacy upon ourselves. Once we get rid of the white man, we can live in peace among one another, period. You follow, period. But until that time comes, we need black rulership as a clear scepter, clear position of authority in order to end the white man's rule. You know, we need a clear, centralized, authoritative position to say, you know, it's over with. We designate the end of this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just some scattered victims, we need that authoritative, you know, unification, that solidarity that can only come from rulership, black rulership, to say, you know what, no, we are all moving against this right now. Like Hannibal, Shaka Zulu, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right, right. Another thing.
But yeah, once it's over with, we can live in peace. The white man has created all the dissension, division, strife, murder, and warfare among one another. Before him, there were more peace on the world, and where he's not, we are more peaceful among one another. If you want to find black people that kill themselves the most, look for the ones that have been most influenced by the white man.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's safer to walk around in the village of Africa than it is on the streets of Chicago, man. Because we've been influenced by that white man. So yeah, when we get rid of him, we won't have to worry about tyranny over each other. I agree with you on that. I agree with everybody on that. But until we get rid of him, we need a central black militant rulership that shows a definitive change from white power to black power. You follow? That shows a definitive change from oppression to black liberation. White people say, oh, I want to see the world change, and I agree with you. We need to see it all change. Well, what signifies the change? a white man saying that he want to see a change, or it changing to black rulership? What is it going to change to? White people ruling passive aggressively? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like, well, if we don't have any rulership, then it would just be white people just not paying for nothing they did, you know, not being held accountable for anything they did, and just still kind of, you know, organizing things along. That sounds like passive aggressive white rulership.
Right.
They gonna have to be put in their goddamn place and embrace it, accept it, marinate in it, and internalize it before we can even claim any real change has happened.
Right. The more we keep working for them, the more we keep supporting their rulership. You know what I'm saying? There's so many of us that work for these corporations. You know, it's going to have to make a drastic change. You know, because we know how to run the white man's business. That's the only way. That's the only way that right now his rulership is going, because we just keep protecting his business. You know, another thing I like what you said about the one message you made about the DNA. Some black people ain't. It's just not in them to rule, or it's just some of them just to be slaves. If they were slaves to black people back in the ancient world, which is true, because look at a documentary about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some of them, they subservient by nature, but they just going to have to realize, you know, that direct that subservience towards black rulership. Don't just only be they want to pretend like we all kings when it comes to the black man, but they subservient on their job from 9 to 5. That's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Why? Because I could see if you a CEO or something in white supremacy, right? Or you like, you know, you got a position, you chief executive officer, but you go from a damn janitor for the white man to coming over to where black people are doing something and saying, no, I'm a king. Right. No, if you subservient in white supremacy, it wasn't the fact something wrong with your subservience. It was the misdirection of your subservience. But when you come over to what black people are doing, now everybody's egotistical. That's when the ego comes up and say, no, I'm a king. I'm doing my own thing. Well, why wouldn't you doing your own thing on the job all day long? Do your own thing and take the white man's shit, steal it, and give it to us. Do your own thing. Right. But you follow his rules and his laws, and then when you come over to us, then you're doing your own damn thing. What a coincidence.
Right.
What a damn coincidence. That's the program running. So, no, yeah, some black people by nature are subservient, divinely subservient. But they have to direct that willingly to the establishment of black rulership. That's a fact. And put their egos aside, get their egos out the way. Because somehow they can become egoless for the corporations of white supremacy. But when it comes to black rulership, you know, you practically gotta invite 50 swamis from India in order to sit one nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, in order to get to get anything done, they gotta listen to 50 swamis all talking to them at the same goddamn time. You know, it shouldn't be that difficult. That's by design.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I think, you know, like you talking about the DNA, and I think a lot of our DNA has been so mixed up, it's been so sabotaged and corrupt by our ancestors being raped. So I mean, you know, that's a lot of DNA alternation. They even got movies about stuff like that, how people's DNA get mixed up. You know, like a lot of our DNA has been corrupt. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of us are bipolar, because we got a lot of white blood in us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's hard to think pure black because we got so much white in us, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, you gotta force that blackness in you, you know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of white in us. That's why we got so many diseases and shit like that, and so much mind control, so much, because it's our DNA been fucked up, basically.